Do I need to tweet this?
Yes, you might want to tweet this. I already tweeted about this.
Here we go.
I start off with the ASMR and I wait for us to go live. We're waiting for it to go live. I think we're live. I think we're live. Yes. Yes, nature finds a way. Yes. Yes. Okay, we're live. Here we go.
I'm just.
Yeah.
Sounds terrible.
What sounds terrible?
You do. I don't know why.
It's because you're using AirPods Max. If you wanted them to sound, you can't expect pro audio from a $550 pair of headphones, Leander.
Sounds awful. You sound really awful. I want to see if it's the headphones or if it's like the connection or what.
Okay, well, it's definitely not my voice. That much is clear. Hey, everyone. What's going on? I think everyone was waiting for us to join. Sorry, we're a little bit late. Shocking, I know. But we got them all. Collect them all. We got me. We got Lewis Wallace, a.k.a. Lewis Wallace. The GOAT. Lewis is the GOAT.
Oh, my God.
And Leander Sir Puffs a Lot Caney. His new single. It's going to be called Baby Got Crack.
Oh, my God.
Oh, my gosh. Leander's going to show us some of the DEA confiscated paraphernalia that was just mailed to him. You guys should see this stuff. So in the past, we've talked about this company, Puffco, which is turning into a meme at this point because they named all their products so perfectly and they have all these like cannabis-inspired phrases built into their products. And Leander has become like their spokesperson, like their official spokesperson. They just keep sending him stuff. And he just got this package probably worth, I don't know, $10,000 or $11,000 worth of the most high-tech smoking paraphernalia that you've ever seen. And I thought for the pre-show, Leander could just show us some of this stuff they just sent him. Look at that.
Here it is. Yeah, the Puffco Peak Pro. It's a water bubbler. So you put water in here, and you put the herbs. Actually, it concentrates in here.
Hold it up higher, Leander. Sorry, the camera's a little. There you go. There you go.
There you go. Yeah.
Yeah. That thing looks like
slick looking.
Yeah, super high tech.
It has all kinds of light up. You see, like when you change the settings, it lights up.
Oh my gosh! Just imagine that chamber being full of smoke and then it lights up. Dude, you are gonna be tripping balls.
Put that thing up on your forehead so it's like a unicorn lightsaber thing.
Like this. Yeah, I'm looking forward to testing it out.
Hermocles, the unicorn smoke lord over there.
And I got the full. They sent They sent a charging dock and travel kit. So I got the full.
They love you, man. We're selling they need to become an official sponsor. We've sold tens of thousands of dollars worth of that product talking about them on the show. Just nothing but free air for them.
Does it come with a hammock and a coloring book?
Comes with a box of goldfish and a bottle of iced tea Snapple.
Goldfish. That's the only time I can eat goldfish, when I've had a puff or two.
You're kidding me. You don't like goldfish?
Oh, they're revolting.
It's hard to
oh
catch
my
them,
gosh, you're out of your mind.
Really hard to catch them.
That's one of the most delicious foods. Although one of the best ones is Funyuns, and I just bought like one of those industrial size bags at Costco that I always will myself not to buy, because if I buy that bag, I know I'm going to finish the entire bag in a week. And it's like literally, Funyuns, like those onion ring chips.
Yeah, they're gross as well.
Oh my gosh, you are crazy! How could you not like Funyuns with the amount of puffing that you're doing over there? That should have been like your main meal.
My staple of my diet. Yeah, I mean, it's I always go riding. I only puff when I go bike riding. So
okay.
I don't do it on the couch or at home.
So you're just snacking down on those weird blue gel packets on your bike, right? You like 25 of those things.
Exactly. But they're so disgusting that, no matter how much you vape, they're not going to make them. It's not going to make them any more appetizing.
Oh yeah, do they taste pretty gross?
I mean, it's not something you would eat, normally. It's only when you need some energy.
Yeah, it looks
to ride
truly
your bike.
revolting. And like you're slurping it out of that like ketchup packet, So gross. But does it give you a burst of unbelievable energy? You just power up those
It's
hills?
insane. Yeah, a couple of times I've been, like you bonk, you completely run out of energy.
Yeah.
And I feel like a rag doll. Literally cannot turn the pedals at all. I've almost fell off the last time, in fact, and
Whoa.
had a gel. 2 minutes later, like a Terminator, like raging up the hill. It's the most amazing thing. It really is, because it completely switches you back. You can totally feel it. Suddenly your energy comes right back, and
That's
and
crazy.
it's tangible. It's like literally 2 or 3 minutes after you eat it. It's really crazy.
Is this after like riding for 100 miles or something? I mean,
Yeah.
Well, okay. I thought you were going to show off more than just that special Puffco product there, Leander, but if that's all you got, maybe we should start the show officially. We got a lot of stuff to talk about this week. Let's see here. Well, if we're going to start the show, I'm not going to tell you guys what we're going to talk about right this moment because I'm about to do it in like the next 30 seconds. So, without further ado, shout out to Level Remix. Zach Hicks is here. Charles Cole the third. And Dan Brown.
need to get you some binoculars or a spyglass. Or
I know.
something
I
so
need to
you-
rearrange this entire section. So I have a monitor right here, and then I have a monitor that direction over there. But it's too far away. I need like another monitor arm, and I need to bring this monitor in closer. Yeah, because it's so freaking far away. I can barely see what's going on over there. And I'm monitoring our stream over there, right? So I want to have it up, but the freaking chat is too far away. I thought I could bring it into OBS, which is what I'm using to broadcast and record everything right now. But I need to play around with it. Anyway, let's bring in our old dear friend. You know her. You love her. Where is she? Mrs. Doubtfire. Oh, hello. Are you ready to go? Oh, you know that I am. I've had a few puffs from my Puffco. Oh, let me just finish these Funyuns. Okay, well, hurry up because we're ready to start the show. We got literally hundreds of thousands of people here waiting to go. Oh, Leander, before we officially start, we have a spot for Cultimac Watch Store. I forgot to tell you guys. Who wants to do it? Lewis? I'm assuming it's going to be you.
Oh my God! What do we have?
I mean, I won't.
Welcome to the Well Planned Podcast, Lewis.
I know we had a new
I
product
completely
this
forgot.
week, and it just slips my mind.
Okay, well, tell you what. Why don't we do a Cultimac Watch Store promotion mid show so that you have some time to figure out, what's going on. All right, let me get everything ready for Mrs. Doubtfire. She's patiently waiting here. Yes, I'm ready for my next puff. Okay, well, hold on. We got to get you to do the intro first. So here we go. Well, that's not working. What happened, Mrs. Doubtfire? Oh, you pressed the wrong button. Oh, my. Hello, and welcome to Coldcast, the best 30-plus minute alpha conversation you're going to hear all week long. I'm your host, Erfan Elijah. Joining me today, he is the new CEO of Puffco, Inc., and now their potential is truly unlimited. But he's not just the CEO, he's also a client. You're going to like the way he puffs. He'll guarantee it. He's the founder of Cultimac. Leander Candy is here. Also with us, when not whipping the Cultimac riders into shape, he's keeping the pipes packed and the J's rolled for old Leander Caney. He's the managing editor of Cultimac. Lewis Wallace is here.
I disavow that. I am not pre-rolling.
I heard that you have absolutely beautiful J rolling skills, though.
Never was able to do that.
Yes, it's actually a lot harder than it looks. I've tried it before, long ago. I disavow as well.
Some people are masters.
Yeah, we
Not
just
me,
happen to
man.
have one of those people here.
I know. I was gonna say, guess who's good? I used to do it in my car when I was flying down the motorway. I'd be driving with my knees, and I'd be able to like roll it up.
What?
With your
while
actual
I was
knees?
driving, yeah. And
That
this
is
hash,
not
right? So
recommended. Not recommended.
this is when I used to do hash. You had to like actually burn it, to crumble it up into the joint, and then they would be like 3 cigarette papers, like a big one, like a big, like something. What was his name? Oh my God, I can't remember the guy's name.
Cheech and Chong?
Cheech and Chong.
Yeah, no. Who's the reggae star? The most famous.
Bob
reggae-
Marley?
Bob Marley, yeah, the kind of thing that Bob Marley would smoke. Yeah.
And you just rolled your knees together, and all of a sudden, miraculously, like this perfectly
Well,
rolled
no,
J
I'd be
just
steering
appeared.
with my knees.
I used to have to use like this little thing. So I went to Amsterdam years ago, back when I still partook in these activities, and I got like this little. It's almost like a little rolling tool that has a piece of vinyl in there, right? And you put the paper in there,
right.
and then you lick the edge, and then you kind of like roll this thing, and like out would pop a perfectly rolled J.
Completely perfect. Yeah.
Yeah, and that was the only way I could do it because rolling it by hand is impossible. I found it. It ended up being like too narrow on one end and then really fat and chunky on the other end, right?
And then it would come to pieces when you were smoking it.
Exactly, fall out on your lap, and that stuff was expensive back then. All right, guys, we do have lots of Apple stuff to talk about. We're not going to just talk about Leander's illicit activities, although that is fun to hear about since he just showed off his new high-tech Puffco.
Does anyone want to see it? Here it is.
There it is.
Puffco
Whoops.
Peak Plus. Yeah.
That thing.
Fresh.
Yeah, go ahead.
Well, I haven't tried it out yet.
You
just
haven't?
got here this morning. Just arrived this morning. But
It's absolutely beautiful.
looking pretty slick. Can't wait to try it out.
It makes me want to smoke again. Just seeing that thing. And like I was saying earlier, like once it fills up with smoke and then the smoke is illuminated by the LED light, that's gonna be quite a sight. Of course, it won't last very long because as soon as the smoke goes in there, you're just gonna suck it all up. So then you're just staring at the light. All right, well, let's talk about what we're gonna talk about today. Jeez, what a week, right? Well, Apple just had an absolutely massive quarter. And if you didn't follow anything from the financial call, we're going to talk a little bit about it. I think it's particularly relevant in light of everything that's happening with the stock market this week, with Wall Street bets and AMC stock and GameStop stock and Apple stock. Up is down, down is up, left is right, dogs and cats living together. It's been a wild week, so we'll tell you everything that happened with the financial call and all the interesting stuff anyway. And then Leander's going to tell us about one of the potential features of the next Apple Watch, like truly a exciting and potentially game-changing feature. And what is this story about? Could mention the prototype from CES. Lewis, did you pack that in there? Oh, okay, got it. That's just another story on the same topic. Got it. Yes. I got really excited about a new feature that is going to be coming to Windows. That's right, you heard me. Windows, that you may be interested to hear about, and this has to do with your iCloud account. So they are potentially adding password support for Windows for your iCloud passwords, right? So you could load your iCloud passwords into your browser on Windows, which is a feature I have wanted for years, and I actually was searching for an extension that would do something like this in the last week. And then all of a sudden this news broke that Apple's going to be doing this for us. This is a game changer for me. Anyone that works on dual platforms know what a hassle it is to manage your databases in two different places. So we'll talk about that. And we're going to wrap up with a demo. So iOS 14.4 is out, and it has some really cool features for U1 chips in the HomePod Mini. And I will show you exactly what this updated iOS version will allow you to do with your HomePod Mini. It's really actually pretty cool, and it shows you the nuance and the power of the U1 chip because of its proximity location abilities. You'll be able to do stuff with your iPhone just by having it be near your... It's actually trying to do it right now. That's funny. It's trying to do it right now because my HomePod Mini is right here. My iPhone's trying to activate it. So we'll touch on that. Before we dive in to all the fun... Oh, shoot. Where's my browser? I got to go into full-on browser mode. Let's see here. Cultcloth.co. I want to tell you guys about Cultcloth. Ooh, baby, we got some stuff to talk about. Cultcloth. So for those of you that don't know, is there anyone that doesn't know at this point? I think around 5 years ago, I launched this product called Cultcloth because I'm really kind of anal about keeping my technology in tip-top shape. And part of that means keeping it clean, wiping off all the oils and everything, and keeping your technology in the same shape that you got it. Well, I searched far and wide for the best way to keep my stuff clean, and I ran across this line of cloths that are unlike anything else I'd ever used. They have these special fibers that have been broken down in the manufacturing process so that there's a lot of cracks in them, which creates a lot more surface area, which means that these cloths are drastically better at cleaning things off your technology, your glasses, your sunglasses, your lenses, your cameras, your iPhone, your keyboards. You just wipe and nothing is left behind but sparkling glass and metal. I call them Colt Cloth. We have a new one that I'll show you right here. This is the new Colt Cloth Duo. It has super long fibers on one side. I don't know if I can get that. And then a super short fiber on the other side. So this dual design is unique because when you're cleaning with like some kind of cleaning solution, you don't want to have long fibers because those long fibers will soak up all your solution and it won't clean very well, right? So the short side is great for cleaning with solutions. And then the long side, the super plush side, you can see, maybe I can demo this. It's actually, let me go into full-on Earth mode. You can see it's really long, and it will wrap, the fibers will wrap around whatever you wipe. So it's really great at reaching down into tight spaces, like especially let me go ahead and clear my notifications so you guys don't have to see all these text messages that are illicit in nature and you probably shouldn't see. So when you're wiping your iPhone, there's that lip between your case and your iPhone, and this reaches down into that crack and pulls out all of the dead skin cells, all the nasty stuff. Most microfiber just pushes stuff into that crevasse, and this reaches down and wipes it out. This is one of the best ways that I've ever found to clean your technology and your glasses and all your technology. So if you want to check it out, head on over to coltcloth.co, coltcloth.co. And for a limited time, you will score one free carry cloth, which is another new cloth that we have, with any order at coltcloth.co and use code COLTCAST at checkout. All right, here we go. Story number one. Let's talk about Apple's massive quarter, Lewis. The biggest one in history for the company, and not by a little bit.
Yeah, people were saying, "Oh, gee, are they going to break the $100 billion revenue thing?" Yeah, they beat it. $111.4 billion in revenue. That's what they reported yesterday. 111.4 billion.
It's totally bonkers.
That's in 3 months, and 100 billion is
That's a lot of money.
Is 1,000 millions, right? So there are so many zeros. I mean, it's almost like a Google. It's just zeros after zeros after zeros.
Oh, it's crazy. So this all came out yesterday in Apple's earnings report. They reported record revenue from iPhone, wearables, and services. Healthy growth in Mac and iPad revenue. That $111.4 billion is up 21% year over year. Again, first time that they've ever broken that $100 billion milestone. It's shocking, just shocking. We were listening to this yesterday. And, I listened to this whole conference call, and at one point, it just got almost boring how many times Luca Maestri, their CFO, he just kept saying, such and such hit an all-time high, such and such hit an all-time high, such and such hit an all-time high, services hit an all-time high, it hit an all-time high in 7 out of 5 everything all-time high. It was just...
Well, all the product categories are up to double-digit growth, isn't it? Every single product category.
I'm not sure if it was every single, but I mean it was so widespread, and it was also, he was also saying things like, oh, in 5 of our 7 markets it was up double digits, and in 2, it was like this just fire hose of all-time highs, and I just kind of going, just rapid pace. Oh my God, you're kidding me. How could it be? And one of the big things is iPhone sales, which have been, people have been kind of tutting because Apple only sells, $50 million worth of iPhones, right? Sales of iPhone brought in $65.5 billion last quarter. Previous year, it was only $56 billion, 17% year over year jump. And Apple's taken the top spot in global smartphone market with 82 million shipments in Q4 of 2020. I don't know where that number comes from, actually, because Apple surely did not give us that number.
That was a measurement from one of the analyst firms who did the calculation. Yeah, sorry, yeah. I added that in. I thought it was interesting.
It's kind of a curveball there because Apple, as we know, Apple does not comment on those things anymore. Ravenous revenue from Mac OS devices hit 8.7 billion, 21% year-over-year increase from the 7.1 billion in Mac revenue from October through December period of previous year. iPad demand grew even more dramatically, up 41% year-over-year.
41% growth is
41%.
bonkers.
And both of those things, I mean, Mac and iPad both had basically great years all last year because everybody's working from home, everybody's spending their stimulus checks, everybody's saying, hey, I need a better machine to work from home all day, whatever. They had a great quarter the previous quarter, and this one's just yet another one, you know. Wearables grew 30%, making wearables the size of a Fortune 120 company now. Wearables alone. That's AirPods, Apple Watch. I don't know, this might have been just a little bit of a sly thing. One of them said, oh, yeah, we're very excited about the future of this category, which made me go, oh, when are the glasses coming? When are they coming? Services, they kept talking up services. Apple has more than 620 million paying subscribers, reaching its goal to have 600 million paying subscribers by the end of 2020. I mean, on and on it went. The only, you know, when it comes to services, they rattled off all these all-time highs. Although they were, you know, a little coy again about Apple TV Plus and music. Oh yeah, they're doing well, off to a strong start. That always cracks me up. Anyway,
Not knocking it out of the park like all this other stuff, though, huh?
yeah, I mean, but you know, it really is still early days for Apple TV, right? And News Plus and Fitness Plus. Those are in Apple One. I mean, they actually said that Apple One subscription bundles have been doing well. So, you know, they're never going to break that stuff out unless there's like some amazing, awesome thing, right? But and while they don't share specific sales of iPhones now, they did have another little tidbit that was kind of shocking. 1 billion iPhones in active use right now.
No, 1.65. Oh, iPhones. 1.65 billion Apple devices. 1 billion
iPhones. There's only 7.8 billion people on the planet. That's one in every 7.8 people has an iPhone.
Yeah, it's crazy, isn't it?
Well,
Crazy.
this might explain the behavior of the stock price after this specific announcement. I want to show you guys a graph real fast. I'll explain it to those who are listening. This is just a, I don't know, what do you call this, a wheel graph? And it shows revenue by category. So iPhone now accounts for 59% of Apple's revenue. Second place, I thought this was surprising, services is now the second largest generator of revenue for Apple, and you can see they're really pushing it, right? They're building out services all over the place. I think in lieu of having their next big home run product, which everyone keeps waiting for, that's not what TC's doing. He's building up all their businesses. They may not have another huge home run product like the iPhone ever. I mean, they may not. Apple Car could be huge, but it may not be as big as the iPhone is for Apple.
How could it be?
I mean, it's ubiquitous, and it's a product that everyone buys, so maybe the profit margins are going to be a lot higher for cars, but I don't know how the car industry works. But until that happens, they're just going to keep building up all their particular product categories. So services now accounts for 14% of the revenue. iPad and Mac are both at 8%. Oh, I missed a category. Sorry. Wearables is now 12%. So
wow, it's bigger than iPad and Mac?
Yeah, 12%.
Yeah.
But that accounts for AirPods Max, the watch, right? It's everything all lumped into one category. So it's a lot of different products.
They're a lot smaller profit margins, aren't they? I mean, you know, they're lower dollar items.
Yes, they are. And then
they're selling a lot more of those.
iPad and Mac are now 8%. So there you have the breakdown. One of the things I thought was interesting about this whole thing yesterday was, so I was waiting for the financial call, right? Because I'm like, here we go, baby. So full disclosure, I own a lot of Apple stock, over $100,000 worth at this point. In fact, if you guys want to know where I'm currently at, I had a huge drop in the last 2 days.
Well, didn't the stock drop immediately after this announcement?
Yes, I couldn't believe it. I was like,
it happens every
world.
single. Right, I know, but it happens every single time, and it's like, you know, it's like what do they say? You know, buy on the rumors, sell on the news. It's that cycle every single time.
Is
Apple
it?
has
Because
a
I feel like
quarter,
I feel
the stock
like
drops.
I feel like when they have a truly record-breaking quarter, what happens is in the day before or the day of the financial call, the stock drops, right? But then after the financial call, in after-hours trading, it goes to the moon. And that's what I was waiting for. I was waiting for the moon. I was strapped in. I had my space helmet on, and I'm like, I'm ready for liftoff, right? And I was like, here we go, baby. And then nothing happened. And I was looking at the stocks, and then Apple started going down. And I'm like, you fools! BlackBerry is up 1,000%. People are buying GameStop. And Apple, who just had one of the biggest quarters in the history of the stock market, is down 4%. What is wrong with you people?
Well, that's what I'm saying. It does this every single time. People are betting on GameStop and BlackBerry. They should be shorting Apple on the day of the announcement, because it's just regular clockwork. Every single time the earnings announcement, all this year, I'm pretty sure about this. They do record-breaking record-breaking numbers, and then the stock goes down, and then it usually recovers a few days afterwards. But on the day of the announcement or the next day, it goes down.
Well, I hope you're right about it recovering. So here's the thing. Apple's so massive at this point. I wonder if people look at it and they say, even with this huge quarter, where can it go? What can they do? They're so big. They're in uncharted territory, and I think that makes people a little leery of buying their stocks. It
People
seems like they're at the top.
I don't think they understand Apple's business. Wall Street certainly doesn't. It seems to be totally bonkers. Although I don't know, who knows what's going on. I mean, I've been following all this, GameStop news all week, and today it seems really clear that the hedge funds, are the ones with the real power, and I think the same is probably true with the Apple stock as well. You've got Wall Street, I don't know if manipulating is the right word, but they're buying and selling this stuff, and it's counterintuitive, but from at least from the point of view of people like us, outside observers. I don't know about stock people, whether that makes sense to the stock person, but it was always like that. It's been going on for years. Every time Apple does a big blockbuster numbers, the stock takes a bit of a hit. And I don't think people really understand, there's always this talk about the law of big numbers, how can Apple possibly grow its business by any kind of meaningful way? Because to make it grow by, say 5%, you're going to have to add so many billions of dollars worth of business, which is extremely difficult to do. But Apple seems to be doing this. I mean, look at this double-digit growth in almost all of its main product categories. It really is mad.
Yeah, that's why I was so shocked when the stock didn't do anything afterwards. They just had a mind-boggling quarter where their performance was unparalleled in the history of the company. They blew it out of the park amidst everything that's going on in the world, and yet their stock is still going down. And then I see people talking about buying Blockbuster stock. What's going on? Right. This is crazy. So to spice up the story here, I'll tell you guys what I did. And this is one of the reasons why I'm really watching this like a hawk. So for the first time in my life, I bought my very first option. Have you guys ever, do you know anything about options?
Not really. A little,
okay.
No, I don't really understand.
Well, that's kind of about where I'm at too, to be honest. I'm not going to present myself as an expert. In no way should you follow anything that I'm doing, because I'm probably going to lose my money. So an option, there's a lot of stuff to options, but kind of the base level idea is you buy an option and it gives you the option to buy a stock at a later date, right? So I bought one option for Apple stock, and my premium for that option was $7.20 a share, right? But every contract that you buy is 100 shares. So it cost me $720 to get into this contract. So at that price, I locked in the option to buy Apple at $145, and I have until late in February, to exercise that option, right? But it cost me.
Now?
Well, the stock right now is down. It's at let's see here. Oh, there we go. It's at 138. So I was expecting it to shoot past 150 and hit 160 yesterday after the financial call, because it's going to be a $1 billion+ quarter, and instead it goes down 4%. So the problem is this. So for my option, my break-even price is 150. That means once it gets to 150, if I exercise my option, I will have made back the money that I spent to buy the contract, right? Which is $720. And then anything after that is just pure profit. But if the stock doesn't get to 150, then it doesn't make sense for me to buy any Apple stock because I'm going to be basically spending money to buy stock at a higher price than I wanted to. And so I would probably not exercise my option at that point, which means I just lose my money. The 720 is just basically worthless at that point. So it's risky, but I have until the end of February.
So you were counting on it going up above that price, that strike price, right?
Yeah, I thought for sure it was going to get above my break-even price of 150.
So you think, oh yeah, I can get like stock that's worth 160 at 145 or whatever.
Exactly. So whatever price it got to, when I finally got to exercise my option, I would be buying the stock below the price that it was currently valued at. So then all that value I would make in profit, right? I know I'm not explaining it very well, but this is my first.
I understand now because I never really did understand options. I was like, what's going on? Of course, you're looking ahead to the future, aren't you? And you're making a bet on it going either up or down. What can you set any price you want though for the option?
Yeah, you can. So you determine what price you want, and you also determine the date that you want your contract to expire. And depending on what price you set and what date you set, it determines the premium that you have to pay per stock. And every option is a contract to buy 100 shares. So if the premium is $5 per share and you buy one option, one contract, you have to pay a $500 premium up front, and then you get to option or exercise that option at the date that you set or before. Anytime before that date is fine too. But after that date, the option expires and your premium is gone, whether you exercised your option or not.
And how are you doing this through Robinhood or something?
I'm doing it through Robinhood.
Oh, great. But now they've frozen it, right? So you have.
Well, Apple's still good to go, but they froze AMC, which I also put in $500 on, and they froze. That was a pure speculative move. And actually, the Apple thing was too, but I had a reason to believe that the stock price would go up, which is why I did it, because I'm like, it's going to be a blowout quarter.
It may still well. Well, mightn't it? I think it tends to take a hit in the days after the announcement, and then it climbs back up again.
Yeah, so that's what I'm hoping, and I'm glad that I chose my date the way that I did, because initially I was going to do a January 29th option date because I thought for sure it was going to go up, and that date was cheaper because the farther out you go, the higher the premium is, because stocks generally move up the more time that you give them. Yeah. So I paid a higher premium to push my expiration date out to the end of February, but thank God I did, because dude, otherwise I'd be out $720 and I'd have nothing to show for it, So, and then I put 500 on AMC, and then, Wall Street jumped in, and the media jumped in to demonize everyone who was investing in GameStop and AMD. I'm truly disgusted. I just did a podcast about this last night for cult supporters, and I'm furious, and I don't want to go into it now, but watching everything that has been transpiring has really made me sick to my stomach. You have all these people who are going after the guys who are sticking it to Wall Street. And now you have these companies like TD Ameritrade and Robinhood who are freezing trading on AMC. And from my perspective, the only reason that you would do that is to force people to close out their positions because they can no longer buy. And that drops the price of the stock.
Talk about market manipulation. I mean, this is the very definition of it.
I mean, that's the kind of what it looks like to me.
Robinhood, it's their whole premise was like democratizing trading, and the allure is that they don't charge you any fees for making trades. That's because they're making money at the back end from these giant hedge funds that fulfill the trades for the customers. And so in this particular case, they were trying to mess with Melvin Capital that had all those short positions on GameStop. Well, they had to get a bailout from another hedge fund earlier in the week, like $2.7 billion. Guess which hedge fund bailed them out? The one that does most of the business with Robinhood.
Wow.
So Robinhood traders are now trading against the hedge fund that actually has a huge position in, the other hedge fund that they're trying to mess with. Yeah. So the whole thing is like, it really is, it's dirty. Once again, Wall Street wins. And this is, of course, and it happens right before all the short options expire on Friday, tomorrow. So they're freezing this stuff. They're protecting their real clients, which is these Wall Street hedge funds.
Okay, so their options expire tomorrow. Now that will be interesting because they're going to have to buy the stock at whatever price it's at tomorrow, which is probably why they're trying to drive it down.
Well, exactly. This is why the fix is in. You can sell it, but you can't buy it. I mean, they're stopping more money coming into these stocks, and predictably it crashed, and it was way down. I think it's back up again a little bit now, isn't it? But this morning it was way down.
I mean, it's trading. So AMC is $9 a share. I bought in at $14, and it went all the way up to 20, and then they closed, and then the market closed, and everyone started announcing, "Oh, well, we're not going to allow any more buying. You could only sell." Oh, gee, how freaking convenient! You can only sell your position now, which makes the stock price go down, and all these hedge funds who have these short positions aren't going to lose as much money now because the stock price is plummeting. It's gone it's dropped over 50% in the last 24 hours.
I know, yeah. Well, Melvin Capital, apparently they'd already got out of their position in GameStop, but who knows what else they're shorting. Plus, I think, like I said, they got a huge bailout from this other fund. So that, they're definitely going to be, it's helping them. I mean, it's a fix. It's a big fix. It's a big con. I mean, Robinhood has got to be punished for this, and for sure, I would have thought. Who's going to trust them anymore?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, if they stick to this position and they don't start letting people trade these stocks again, I hope their users will flee, because their whole premise was, power to the people, let the people trade, right? That was their tweet.
Right.
And then their next tweet, which happened yesterday. So there's a great tweet that I favorited. I don't know if I can find it right now. And then their tweet in 2016 was like, "Let the people trade." And then their tweet yesterday was like, "Due to circumstances in the stock market, we've chosen to only allow people to close their positions on AMC. And there's not a single reason I can think of that they're doing this other than to protect Wall Street, who has all these short positions." It's just disgusting. It's truly disgusting. It's people who are the 99% are finally fighting back against the 1%. And because the democratization of trading platforms has made it easy for people to buy and sell stocks and options, which is what Robinhood did, right? Everything's free all of a sudden. Suddenly people can team up and fight back against Wall Street and force these guys to have a taste of their own medicine. And all of a sudden, when the people do it, oh no, we need to halt trading. It needs to be stopped. This can't go on. It's market manipulation. When Wall Street does it, when they take huge profits, when they bankrupt individuals and take all the value away out of their shares, that's totally fine. We never even talk about that.
Right.
But when it's the other way around, all of a sudden, national news, it must be stopped. This is crazy. We got to protect you from yourself. As you can see, it makes me furious.
I'm with you. It is. I mean, let's get our pitchforks. I mean, we should definitely be out there skewering these fuckers. Because,
thank you for censoring yourself.
They really are the worst predators, these hedge funds. They've if you look at what's been going on in the news industry, all these layoffs of all these journalists, all these different companies like Gannett and Knight. I mean, a lot of them got taken over by hedge funds, and they're getting reamed from the inside. They're taking all the value out of these companies, these old journalistic companies, and then just laying people off left, right, and center. They really are really predatory, these hedge funds. I mean, they're just out to strip mine these companies. It's like going back to the old corporate raiders of the 80s. The savings. Who was it? Barbarians at the Gate. I mean, they've been doing this kind of stuff for a long time. Yeah, so I'm totally delighted to see them getting a taste of their own medicine. But of course, the fix is in. They can't do it because they're the ones who hold the levers of power, and they've stopped it in its tracks.
I mean, just think how utterly corrupt it is for trading to be halted on AMC and GameStop and for them to only allow you to sell your position. Just think how mind-blowing that is. So the stock price is going up, and Wall Street has these short positions, right? So before their options expire, they have to buy the stock at whatever price it's at, and in order to close out their positions, because they're trying to short these positions. And so they're trying to limit their losses at this point. And so they get this public pressure or media pressure to have these companies start closing out, or to force people to close out their positions because they can't buy anymore, so that they can limit their losses. It's just unbelievable to me. I can't believe that this is happening and that no one's doing anything about it. It's just totally crazy.
Well, I don't know. It looks like, there was a whole bunch of Twitter activity this morning, wasn't it? Because AOC was calling in for investigations, and a couple of other high-profile Dems too. And then Ted Cruz joined in. He was saying, this is going to be looked into. But I don't know. How long is it going to take for this to play out?
Right.
It's going to be a while. But it definitely is. It's causing a little bit of bipartisan rancor, which is a good thing.
Yeah, I have never seen so many politicians united on one front. I mean,
Right.
when I first saw it yesterday, I heard people saying, "Oh, we need to investigate this," and thinking that they need to go after the people in Wall Street Bets. So this all originated from Wall Street Bets, which is a trading group on Reddit, and they're getting demonized. People are calling them, I don't want to say it on YouTube because we might get demonetized or censored, but people are saying they're racist and this type of stuff. Oh, they're just a financial group, but they're being labeled as these hate groups just so that they could be censored. They were kicked off the Discord. They had to shut down their Reddit for a little while, or their subreddit for a little while because of all the heat. I think the subreddit is actually back up. I don't know if they're back up on Discord either, but they were being accused of all this hateful stuff just to make them look bad so that people would disband and stop pushing up the price of GameStop and AMC. Anyway, all that to say, I feel like all of this stock market craziness it took away attention from Apple, who I think would have done much better if yesterday's trading wasn't such a complete, utter catastrophe. People would have realized that Apple had this gangbusters quarter, and the stock would have moved more in correlation to how well they're actually performing. But it's strange to see that companies like BlackBerry, Express, AMC, these flailing companies, their stock prices go up. I think GameStop was up almost 2,000% at one point, and then Apple drops 4% after having one of the most earth-shattering quarters in the history of the stock market.
It just goes to show, what the stock market is a casino. It's not really it's not the efficient allocation of capital that boosters like to portray it as. It's a casino. It's a betting. It's just like,
yeah,
you're betting.
Well, especially these days, it's completely disconnected from reality. It's completely fueled by emotion and
I've
greed.
been totally glued to it all week, haven't you? And I've been I've been really delighted by it. And my son's into it. We bought some stock too. My son has been trading on Robinhood. Just a few $100s, but he was up at 6 this morning to try and sell his GMC stake before it completely cratered, and he actually did. He managed to sell it before it went to rock bottom.
What? Well, it's not rock bottom now. It's let's see here. What's it currently?
Well, it went down and now it's bounced back up again.
But, dude, AMC's at $9. Jeez, I only put $500 into AMC. I don't even care about the money. I mean, I care about the money clearly, but it's the principle of the matter that when Wall Street sticks it to us, oh, no big deal, let's just move on. When we do it to them, stop the trading, we need to investigate. It just makes me mad as hell. It makes me so mad. Let's see here. What's GameStop at this current moment? So GameStop is still at 227. I mean, it's down. It opened and went all the way up to 467 this morning.
Yeah.
Now it's down to 234. Well, I mean, it's a one-way ticket. You can't buy it. So all you can do is sell. Of course it's going to go down. It's Wall Street scum. He's scum.
Bankers find a way. Bankers find a way.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you, Jeff Goldblum. Right. Bankers find a way. Yes. God.
Thank God we're not going to get into this.
Yeah. Sorry. Well, since Leander was so passionate about it too, I figure, okay, I'll bite. And it's massive news this week. It's all anyone's thinking about anyway. And I think it affected Apple. I really do. I think the stock would have gone up a lot more if it weren't for all of this chaos in the market yesterday.
Yeah, I don't know about that because, like I said, I think it's pretty historical. Every time they release good numbers, their stock goes down. And I've seen it for years. It's been going on for years. It really is. It's an odd phenomenon. But I think it's the old. They say buy on the news, buy on the rumor, sell on the news. Which I don't know what that means, but that's what they say.
Well, it means buy before the financial call, and then on the day of the financial call, start selling your positions.
Yeah.
And let's just pray. Everyone, stop what you're doing later today. Take a moment of prayer for me and my Apple stock option. I don't want to lose that $720. But I'll update you guys later and tell you where I'm at, since I could make some money on it yet. We'll see what happens. I could also sell the position. If the stock gets above 150, I could just sell the actual option and just do it that way, which is probably what I'll end up doing. Let's see here. Where are we at? Oh, so let's talk about Apple Watch there, Leander Caney. Hopefully this news, I really need you to sell it, okay? Because we need some movement on the Apple stock, so I really need you to get excited about this one, okay?
Well, exactly. I mean, this I think could, this is definitely a game-changing piece of news. So it's the Apple Watch Series 7. could pack a game-changing blood sugar sensor. And this year's Apple Watch upgrade will reportedly add another potential transformative medical feature, a blood sugar sensor. That's according to a new report from ET News, which says that both Apple and Samsung will bake the feature into their respective smartwatches later in 2021. So Apple has reportedly been working on this problem for a while. According to a 2017 CNBC report, Cupertino had or has a, quote, secret group of biomedical engineers developing sensors to monitor blood sugar levels, although nothing yet has been released. And then also Tim Cook, was it 2 years ago? I think it was like 2 years ago, was photographed with some kind of clunky thing on his wrist. And he had later admitted, I think he was at Oxford University, to some students that he had been testing out a prototype blood sugar monitor that attached to his Apple Watch. It wasn't built into the Apple Watch, but attached to his Apple Watch. And yeah, this is non-invasive blood sugar monitoring. I mean, this is huge. First, I think most people think about diabetics, who have to test their blood sugar multiple times a day, often with a pinprick, a finger prick, or they have an implanted device that monitors their blood sugar, and sends it to a reader. But I think it's bigger news, for like regular people, like you or I. If we get alerts, if you eat some yogurt or a banana or something like that, you think it's healthy, but then suddenly your watch says, "Oh no, your blood sugar's spiked up." I mean, it would totally change your relationship to food and your eating habits, I think. Although, I don't know, maybe it would just turn them off because it would get annoying. But
not this again. I want to eat my pizza in peace. Leave me alone.
Right. Precisely. Yeah, I think, like if it told you what was going, I mean, isn't that amazing that you could put something in you stuff your face and then a few minutes later, your watch tells you what effects it's had on your blood chemistry. I mean, it's mind blowing, I think, especially for something like blood sugar, which, is people, for the maintenance of everyone's health. I think this would be a huge, huge deal.
Yeah. If you know any diabetics, you know what a debilitating disease it is and how much effort it takes out of their lives just to manage their blood sugar, and pricking your finger and stuff. Like, I mean, once or twice a day. I mean, you could be pricking your finger 6, 7, 8 times a day, depending on how your diabetes is going. So just being able to have a watch do it for you would be an absolute massive life-changing feature for so many people all around the world. But also, there's a lot of people who are like pre-diabetic that don't know that they are. And having a technology like this could help them turn their life around and keep from becoming diabetic, or even reverse their diabetes, through diet and exercise. So this would be an absolutely massive feature. And I hope that this would be a feature that's more than a, hey, here's how we think you're doing kind of a feature, like with the new O2 sensor in the Apple Watch, where they're like, this is just for your information. Don't actually rely on this information. I hope that this is actually accurate enough where you could rely on it and know exactly what your blood sugar actually is. And if they actually built this in, this would send the sales of Apple Watch. This is like, we're talking GameStop levels of sales here, right? To the moon and back and then to Mars. Right. It would be a huge selling feature for the watch. Yeah, go ahead.
One thing we should mention is that at CES this year, early this month, a Japanese company showed off a prototype wearable that looked like a big, giant, ugly, clunky Apple Watch, but it does blood sugar monitoring, non-invasive blood sugar monitoring. So they had a prototype of this device, which, is a proof of, and they claimed, I don't know if anyone's tested this, I don't know what the situation is, but they claim that it's completely accurate. And so, it's a proof of concept. They've shown that this sort of stuff can work. It can be built into a wearable. And like Apple is more than likely to, if they could stick it, if any company is going to be able to miniaturize it and stick it into something that's somewhat reliable, I think Apple is the company to do that.
Right. So Japanese manufacturer Quantum Operations says its prototype employs a miniature spectrometer to scan blood in the wrist for biomarkers that reveal glucose levels. After 20 seconds, the wearer receives the blood sugar data on the device's screen. So it takes about 20 seconds to measure the blood glucose levels. And this is from 2021, but this is from this CES. Okay, I thought this was older. Wow, so there's already technology out there that may be able to do this accurately. That's crazy. If Apple could build something like this in, holy moly, that really would be life-changing and very cool to see them do. And it would make the Apple Watch a much more significant health device than just something that you use to measure your level of fitness. I love my Apple Watch. Every day while I'm like standing there eating a bag of chips, my notification pops up. It's like, congratulations, you've reached your fitness goal for today. It's always when I'm doing something completely sedentary or contrary to actual health. Like I'll be laying in bed and it's like, great job, you've reached your activity level for today. You know? But the other day I was literally standing there eating a bag of chips and I put my hand in and my wrist buzzed and I pulled it out and it's like, great job, you're on track.
Wow.
Oh man. All right. Well, so that's Apple Watch. Let me talk about another really exciting feature coming to a Windows machine near you. Now, I had some of you poo-pooing this story and saying, why would you want to talk about this? I actually think this is really exciting news. For those of you that use a Mac and you also have a PC in your life, like I do, you have two separate databases of passwords, right? Like most likely you have one stored in the Apple ecosystem on iCloud, and then you probably have another one stored in Chrome, which is the browser that most of you probably use for PC. And the other day I was thinking to myself, there has got to be a way to sync my iCloud passwords and use them in Chrome on my PC, because I don't want to have these two competing databases of passwords. And I searched far and wide and I couldn't find anything. And then finally I found a third-party solution, which actually works pretty well. I was trying out LastPass, which is, so far, I've only been using it for a few days, but is pretty good so far. But you got to download their application on your Mac and on your PC, and then the extensions on your Mac and your PC. And then every time you go to a new website, you have to train it with your passwords. So there's a big startup cost involved. Well, according to some users who downloaded the new version of iCloud for Windows 10, Apple appeared to introduce a iCloud passwords extension designed for Google Chrome, which will be built into iCloud Keychain and the iCloud app on Windows. So this would allow you to use your Apple passwords on Chrome in Windows, in Chrome on Windows, right? So you would be able to leverage all of your Apple passwords, and this would be a game-changing feature, I think, for many of us. So now instead of having to manage two databases full of passwords, you'll have your passwords from Apple just being able to use over in the Windows world, and probably vice versa. So if you are on your PC and you create a new account for some website, you can create a password and then that will be stored in iCloud, and then you can use it on your iPhone and in Safari and stuff. There's just this disparate set of systems for passwords is too hard to use right now and manage, right? So before, when you entered a password in on Safari, you couldn't even use it in an app, right? You'd have to still enter your username and password in manually for an app for that same website on the iPhone. So they recently changed that, and now your apps are brought in from your keychain into the actual app, and you can use your password and username there, which is great. But this is the missing link, right? This is the one piece that we're missing, is being able to have your password stored across PC and Mac. Now, some people out there were saying, dude, who cares about this story? Maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm one of the only guys that uses a PC. But do you guys have PCs that you use in your life, Leander or Lewis?
No.
No.
Well,
no.
I've got one. It sits in the garage, and I use it for one particular app. So I only fire it up every couple of months. Probably not even that. Well, like twice a year. But yeah, no, I don't have a PC. I would have thought, wouldn't this make sense for Google Android too?
To have a password, yeah, absolutely.
To extend it to Android, wouldn't that? In fact, I don't know what the numbers are, but do you think there's probably more, people in the Apple users who also use an Android phone, or more people use a Windows computer?
I'm going to guess the amount of people who use a PC and a Mac is probably a lot larger than people who use Android and an iPhone, just because, well, if you have an iPhone, why would you also need...
There's probably a lot of people who have an iPhone who also have a Windows computer. Is probably what it is,
that
right?
would be my guess.
Yeah.
Right,
Yeah,
I just
right.
can't believe they haven't done this before, because this is one of those weird things that Apple does where they wall you into their ecosystem, but if they would just open it up in certain ways, it would be like keeping Apple Music in the Apple ecosystem only, right? Only on iPhone, only on Mac. It doesn't make any sense.
Well, they've been
Extend it to
doing it
other
quite a lot,
users.
haven't they, recently with the Apple TV Plus and But the big one is messages, bringing messages to Android.
I wonder if Apple will do that. I don't see them actually doing that because messages.
Well, why not? Wouldn't it be a?
Oh,
'Cause
I
it's a
think it would
huge
be really
platform.
cool.
I mean,
Yeah, but
look
it
what
seems like
Facebook's
a
doing.
competitive advantage for them.
People are. You think it's like a halo effect? People are buying an iPhone because they want to use messages.
Yeah, they want to use messages. They want to use FaceTime, and so it gets you to stay in Apple's ecosystem. Because if you go to an Android phone, oh shoot, well now I'm
Yeah,
not
you
on.
can just download all of Apple's apps and then get the sort of Apple iPhone experience on your Android.
Exactly. Then why even buy
Yeah,
an iPhone at that point? You have all their apps on
right.
your Android device. So I think there's some things they want to keep to themselves.
Yeah,
But, the truth of the matter is, for a lot of people, they have to have a Windows machine. I mean, I'm doing this show right now from a Windows machine. I mean, I hate to admit that, but this is a PC that I built, the Colt Commander, because OBS and the systems that I'm using to record and stream the show, they're just not very good on the Mac, right? Because most of the people that use these tools are gamers, and gamers use PCs. So the tools are highly polished in the world of PC, and also my tower is cooled a lot more effectively than my Mac. Like anytime I boot up OBS on my Mac, it sounds like a helicopter taking off. So there's a lot of reasons to use a PC when it comes to creating content and gaming and stuff. And I exist in both worlds. It's nice to have a little assist from Apple and say, hey, all those passwords that you had stored in iCloud, use them in Chrome. And now you don't need a third-party tool because you have access to all your passwords.
if you want a third party tool, you should be getting Dashlane, by the way, not LastPass. Dashlane is the official password manager of Cult of Mac.
I heard it's outstanding too.
It is outstanding.
totally
It is actually really good. It really is a slick piece of software. I like it a lot.
Yeah, I was just trying LastPass because I have never. Well, it's been a long time since I've used any third-party password manager, so I was just curious to see what was out there. And then I saw this news, and I was like, "Oh shoot, this is a huge development for anyone who needs password management in both worlds." But the other thing I was going to mention is, let me see if I go back to this story. Is according to the story, I was actually trying to get this to work, and I couldn't. It looks like this doesn't actually work yet. So.
Right.
You'll get this pop-up that says it's that iCloud it works with a Chrome extension, but when you click download, it takes you to a 404 and doesn't actually work. So maybe they launched this early. I can't get this to work at the moment. What's that, Lewis?
This is what they did with the Find My thing, right?
Yeah.
They keep launching stuff that's not quite ready. It's odd.
Yeah. I don't know when they're planning on launching this. I hope it's going to be soon, but it looks like it's currently available in the Windows iCloud app, but there's no actual Chrome extension available yet. I know because I searched for it before we started doing the show, and it wasn't there. So hopefully that will be soon because I can't wait to try this out. Okay, as promised. Oh, shoot. Before we move on, Lewis, do you want to talk about the Cult of Mac watch store?
The what store?
The Cult of Mac watch store. Store.cultofmac.com. I almost forgot, but I'm on it right now.
Yeah, we got some new stuff in there now. We got some MagSafe related stuff. Like there's, I don't know actually how to pronounce this product's name. Magdoka, maybe Magdoka. Magdoka. It's a disc you put on the back of your, if you don't have an iPhone 12, that can get you into the MagSafe ecosystem, right? You just slap that on the back of your case, or you can even put it on your phone, and then you can use all the MagSafe chargers and stuff. Blah, blah, blah. Although I guess you won't get that speed, would you? But you can get that.
That's cool. So it kind of makes your older phone compatible with the MagSafe stuff.
Yeah, especially because there's all new docks and things, and
yeah,
that's another thing we got in there now is these new MagSafe. They basically take your MagSafe charger and give it a kind of a stylish mount. These are from Elago, so if you can, that it turns it into like not a thing that's sitting on your desk, but is more vertical, so you can actually look at it while it's charging. This would be the kind of thing that would be better with a picture, right?
I have pictures up right now. I'm looking at it right now. Is it the Elago charging tray, or is there something different?
It's a Elago. What's it called? They're just new MagSafe stands. One of them kind of looks like a snowball. One looks like a cone kind of shape. I could send you a link, but it'd take too much time.
Oh yeah, I'm looking at it right now. We have an Apple Watch version right here. That's pretty cool.
And let's see, we got some other cases. We got a little Apple TV case, the
Oh yeah,
silicone
I
case
saw that.
that makes it look like a retro game thing, and we also have the little related Apple TV remote thing, little silicone thing, makes it look like an
Oh,
old. And I got
it
to
makes
tell
it
you,
look
I
like a
got one of
Super
those.
Nintendo controller. That's
Yeah,
actually pretty
and
cool.
you know what? I've had one of those for like a month.
Yeah.
Haven't lost my remote because it's big. It's white. The one I have is white. It's
Uh-huh.
got a little handle on it. Not that I need or not a handle, but what's it called? Loop, a little band. What's the
A
term?
strap, a loop.
Strap. There we go. A strap.
There's another word for it though. A lanyard. Lanyard. That's what they're called,
It's not a
Lewis.
lanyard either, because you put a lanyard around your neck.
You could put a lanyard around your wrist.
Is that
Why
true?
not?
I'm gonna search that definition out after the show.
All right.
I'm not sure. But it'll definitely keep you from losing the thing, and also keep you from that really embarrassing thing of trying to use the trackpad that isn't the trackpad.
Oh
Oh
yes.
my God, I feel so stupid.
That
when
makes
I do
me
that.
go
I'm
into a
sorry,
full-on rage.
when I did that. I
Yeah.
don't do it anymore because it's all sorted out because of that little thing. So
Look at that. It has corner protection, raised bezels. This thing's legit. It's pretty cool looking too. Now, Ian Fuchs, he's in the chat, and he says these remote condoms are an absolute must.
Well,
yeah,
put.
There you go.
It actually it really does take care of the problem.
It is too small and diminutive, isn't it? It's just
I
too easy
just-
to lose, and it's so slippery that it will fall between the cracks
Right
of your
between the
couch.
cushions.
You know?
It's like it seeks it out. Yeah, I love it. And then now, this it's a much bigger, I mean, it's probably twice as deep, which makes it what, 3 millimeters? I mean, the thing is so, God, it's like, I can't tell you how many
Do you
times
always
I've
put,
lost thing.
when I try to plug it in to charge it up too, I always try to put the lightning,
In the wrong end.
into
You're
the
trying to
IR
jam it into the
thing,
sensor.
and I'm like, why would I go in?
Yeah.
Yeah, it really is
I-
the most worthless
well,
remote ever designed.
it's just so darn sleek.
no
It's
backlighting.
inscrutable.
Right.
Yeah, the no backlighting on the Apple TV remote is definitely a big bummer. I'm hoping that they add that on the next version of the Apple TV, but they probably won't.
The backlighting thing actually isn't such a big deal if you got it in the right orientation, right? I mean, if as long as you don't have the thing flipped, which is completely easy to do, it's not that big of a deal.
You know, the one good thing that does actually work with that remote though is Siri.
Oh
know,
yeah,
like-
it's great, isn't it?
Yeah, barking commands into that actually works, which is really weird.
I've had some really bad experiences with that lately, man. Telling it specifically, "Hey, I want to watch this movie," and it starts playing the wrong, some song on Apple Music. It happened to me the other day. I was in such a fit of rage. I just about needed that little wrist strap. I was about to throw the remote at the TV. I was just, all I want you to do is play a movie, and it over and
How about you
over.
on your
it plays
treadmill
the song.
though, right? Were you on your treadmill?
No, I was just sitting there
Sitting on the
watching.
couch?
I had to go in and manually pick out a movie. I had to,
Oh my God, what
I
kind
felt
of-
like a caveman.
They're gonna have you star in the next Geico commercial and replay that scene. All right. Well, store.cultimac.com, store.cultimac.com, where
Oh.
you can see these
All
great,
kinds of stuff.
all sorts
To
of.
make your Apple life better, because you've got all kinds of products from all kinds of third parties that work with Apple Watch, they work with iPhone, they work with Apple TV, everything. So, and it's all, it's all good stuff, reasonably priced.
Oh yeah, the Cultimac store. I keep calling it the Cultimac Watch Store, but we don't call it that anymore.
We've expanded,
Yeah, because it's way more than watch stuff.
We've
Yeah, now it's just all sorts of
gone
great accessories.
beyond.
Yeah, all sorts of cool curated things. Store.cultimac.com.
We're
Store.
gonna get some of these in there next.
Oh yeah.
Well, it does
to-
have an app.
Time to boot up session mode.
It's technically Apple adjacent.
There you go, Apple adjacent. All right, well, last story of the day: Apple Mini music handoffs. Like, what does that word say? Just got a whole lot better. So, very cool new feature added to Apple Minis. And if you have an iPhone 11 or iPhone 11 12, this will work because you need the U1 chip installed in your devices for this to work. And you need iOS 14.4 installed. I'm going to do a live demo here. So, U1 chip, the ultra wideband chip, it allows your devices to know where other devices are, right? Hyper accurate. And it will allow your devices to have a precise knowledge of how close or how far away other Apple devices are if they have the U1 chip. So Apple, in our first glimpse really of what the U1 technology will be able to do, has added some cool new features to iPhone 11 and iPhone 12 that interplay with the iPhone or with the HomePod Mini. I'm going to demo those right now. So I've got my HomePod Mini. I've got two of them on my desk here, right here. So I've got my HomePod Mini right there, right? And when you bring your phone in close, it actually creates a really cool handoff experience that I will explain on the fly here. Oh, it's doing it already. I was like, is someone calling me?
Ooh.
So hold on a sec. Let me bring this up. Okay. Oh, I missed a political call, guys. That's a major bummer. So when you bring your iPhone in close, let's see if I can get it to work. Hold on, let me try again because I just had my phone close and it tried to do it, and then no, it's not working. Hold on. Here we go. Oh, did you see that? Hold on. It's actually interesting. It works within, so the experience will intensify as you get closer to your HomePod Mini. So you're going to notice a pop-up at the top of the screen, and what I can feel is my phone starts buzzing as I get closer to the HomePod Mini, and then see, it's doing it. Oh, it stopped.
I love that little Joybot buzzer effect.
Hold on, here we go. Let's
It's
try
awesome.
this. Let's try this. Ready?
Turned off. This is too hard.
It was working perfectly earlier. Oh, there it goes. You see? And as I bring it closer, it will bring up a whole menu that will show you. Oh, now it wants me
Screen
to.
keeps shutting off.
The screen keeps shutting off.
You need to turn the screen on to like never sleep.
Saver.
Yeah.
Let's try this
Pro
again.
tip for your next on.
Yeah. Okay.
on-air
Next time
demo.
next time I do this, I'm gonna do that. Okay. Hold on. Let me unlock it. I know this is really terrible radio, but we're gonna make this work. So I'm bringing my iPhone closer to the HomePod Mini, and my screen just went dark. Now nothing's happening. Let's try again.
Oh my God, this is killing me.
Let's try again. Just listen to the soothing sounds of my voice. Okay, hold on. Here's the problem, I think, is I keep having it be close and not getting it to be far enough away where it resets itself. So let's unlock it. Let's bring it in close. Come on, baby. Don't humiliate me in front of all these people. Come on. Come on, TC. Make it work. Damn you.
Too bad you can't close mic the thing so you can actually hear the haptic vibration.
That'd be cool. Yeah, so the vibration intensifies as you bring your iPhone closer. Now it's not doing a gall darn thing. Hold on. I'm going over here. I'm going to bring it way back, and then I'm bringing it close. Oh, wait. Hold on. It's playing music. What happened? Oh, I accidentally touched it.
Oh, boy. This is...
Yeah. This is a big old fail, but we're going to make this work. Now I'm determined. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Here we go. Maybe if I just open my... No. You know what's funny is as I'm doing this, our concurrent viewers are going up. How is that possible? The people watching us doing this is going up as we're sitting here silently. I think I may have learned an important tip this week. When we start streaming, let's just not talk.
Apple stock goes down when they report amazing earnings. Viewership of the podcast goes up when it goes completely silent.
Well, in our case, there's a good reason for that, right? Less drivel.
Absolutely. This was working perfectly before. Let me try my other HomePod. Hold on. Let's try this. Maybe this one. Did yours work?
Yeah.
Oh, there we go. Okay, well, we missed the interaction, but you could see it popped up this menu. Maybe I was just holding the wrong one. But I did this earlier and there it goes. See that? It worked! So as you bring your phone closer, it will start buzzing with this notification. See?
And
there it goes. It's working. And then if you get it close enough to the HomePod Mini, it will actually pop up the entire menu, and it will show you music that you've played. So it brings up the media control. See, now it's working. Look at this. It's buzzing too in my hand. And if I keep it there, I think it will switch and show me music suggestions. Although it's not working right now. I don't know why.
It's asking you if you want to play it.
It is asking me if I want to play it, and it gives you an insight into what's happening on your HomePod Mini. So it also shows you like alarms that are on your HomePod Mini. But before, what it was doing is it was switching from music, because I was listening to classical music earlier, like movie scores, which is why it's showing that that particular.
How cultured!
You can see. Look. It's doing it. You see it?
Wow, this is incredible.
This is a fantastic radio.
It is actually a slick feature. Handoff is
Wait, what? Oh, what?
That was very close.
Little slip of the tongue there. Yeah, it's a nice feature.
And it's much nicer with this update, right? I mean,
much better,
it was a little bit inscrutable what was going on prior.
Okay, here we go.
I actually found myself constantly when I would sit down. I'm listening with the AirPods. I'm sitting there listening to a podcast. I set my phone down. If I set it down a little bit too close to the speaker, it takes it over it, even when I don't want it to sometimes.
Yeah.
And I like it. This seems to give you a little more control, a little more insight into, whatever sort of logic is going on behind the scenes.
Yeah, so let me just describe it once clearly. So when you're holding your phone, as soon as you get near your HomePod Mini, you have that little menu pop up at the top. And as your phone gets closer to the HomePod Mini, the phone vibration gets stronger and stronger and stronger. And then once you get it close enough, it kind of pops, and then that menu will open up, and it's the media controls, and it will show you what you're already playing, and you can control the media from there. Or it will show you suggestions from Apple Music or podcasts that you're listening to. So it's a really cool, slick interaction that you get with Handoff there. And it will also give you personalized listening suggestions from Apple Music, as I mentioned. And there is a visual element to that menu opening and popping, and then also the haptic getting stronger and stronger than popping open. I've also been doing a test of Apple Music lately. We won't talk about it right now, but Apple Music
a 10-minute conversation.
Apple Music has gotten a lot better since I last used it. Let's just leave it at that.
So this only works with the Mini, right? Because it's got a U1 chip, not with the original HomePods.
That's right. Yep.
Which means they're going to update the original HomePod when.
Yeah, but you could
When
just
are they
think.
gonna add it?
No, well, hopefully they do update it with the U1 chip. That'd be amazing. But just think about all the applications that this can mean for the U1 chip. When you get to see this handoff interplay in real life, it's really slick and smooth when it works. And the crazy part is like as you're getting your phone closer to your HomePod Mini and the vibration is getting stronger and stronger and stronger, it shows you how precise the U1 chip sensing ability is, because the vibration will get stronger as you go closer to the HomePod Mini, and then it weakens as you go away from it. So it really can tell how far away your phone is from the HomePod Mini. It's pretty cool.
This is how it's going to work with the AirTags, isn't it? I guess, right? If you're going to be wandering around, it'll be like, warmer, colder.
Right, exactly. And or imagine you have like a smart lock on your door, and as you get closer to it, it just unlocks your door because it knows that you're standing right next to it. So if you're within a foot away, it will unlock your door. I mean, there's all sorts of really cool sensing applications that can be, thought of through this technology that would make your life a lot easier and a lot cooler. So this is the first example that I've seen of the U1 chip actually being implemented. And I think we're going to start seeing a lot more of this kind of thing. Apple's going to start building off these handoff experience or these sensing experiences so that when you have a device or two devices with a U1 chip in them, you're going to have these interactions that start happening as you get close to them or far away from them. They can build this into cars, lock your doors when you leave your car. I mean, there's just all sorts of stuff. Chat's going wild. Chat likes it. That's all I got. I'm officially out of Apple stories. That demo was almost a complete catastrophe. It was like AMC stock. It started off really exciting and then it crashed and burned rapidly. Uh-oh. Oh, I thought the YouTube page said that the stream had ended. Nope. That's just the end stream button. So, now that I'm completely losing my mind, I think we should go ahead and wrap it up there. That's all the Cultcast.
Excellent timing.
That's all the Cultcast we have for you guys this week. But if you want to come reach out, we're all on Twitter. I'm at Erfon, ERFON. Lander is at El Caney. Lewis is at Lewis Wallace. This has been the Cultcast, the best 30-plus minute alpha conversation you're going to hear all week long. New episodes of the Cultcast come out every Thursday night. I want to thank everyone for listening. Thank everyone for watching. And we will see you guys next time. Time for a sesh mode, Leander. Time to boot up the old Puffco Plus. Whoa, look at that cloud. I can't even see Leander anymore. Where'd he go?
It's the iCloud, man.
Oh, I think he's dead. The iCloud.
Good one, yeah.
Wouldn't you be surprised if that was the next big product announcement from Apple? The iCloud, y'all. Tim Cook comes out, blows the biggest plume of smoke you've ever seen.
That looked like a pot smoker to me. High cloud.
The iCloud. All right, I'm ending the stream now. Bye, everyone. See you guys next time.